Hello everybody and welcome to Mark Goldbridge. That's football. We're live for the FA Cup quarter-final tie between Everton and Manchester City. We're all Everton, except for if you're Man City. But yeah, I'm Everton tonight. I think that underdog and all that jazz, I'm definitely going to be going for Everton. I don't want Manchester City to win the treble. And I don't know why would I want that to happen as a Manchester United fan. I don't want it to happen, so I'm Team Everton. But of course, Manchester City will be the strong favourites in this game. I think we can all accept that. But warning signs for you, just for all the prats out there who think that you can't celebrate goals for other people. I will be celebrating goals for Everton tonight, so I will warn you early about that one, and if you don't like it, you can pick the pips out of it and do one. Team Everton for definite for me. I just don't want Man City to win the treble. It's as simple as that. It comes down to very simple calculations for me, and I don't want them to win the Premier League. I don't want them to win the Premier League, but I certainly don't want them to win the treble. So I will be Team Dortmund, and I will be Team Everton in these cups, and I'll be Team Spurs in the Carabao Cup final as well. So hopefully somebody can do it, but yeah, I do think Man City will be very, very strong favourites. They're devastatingly good at the moment, as we know, and I think they'll be a hard team for Everton to remove from the FA Cup. But Everton have been quite poor recently, so maybe there's a bit of an opportunity there tonight for them. We will see. Up the toffees, says Luto. Thank you everyone who's tuning in. Nearly got 2,000 here already, which is fantastic. I'm going to go through the team news for you this Saturday evening. Saturday night dance. I like the way you move. Be my baby. Dun, 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 dun. So Southampton are through. Chelsea are going to be through tomorrow against Sheffield United. Man United hopefully will go through against Leicester, and City probably will go through. So, you know, it's not going to be easy for Man City to win the league, the FA Cup, but they will be favourites. The Everton team has got Neves, Virginia in goal. West Virginia, Neves, Virginia. Holgate, Mina, Godfrey, Coleman and Digne, Gomez and Alan, Sigurdsson, Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison. Pretty strong team for Everton. No Rodriguez again. I don't know what's going on with Rodriguez, to be honest with you. He's a very, very injury-prone player, isn't he, for Everton? And I presume he is injured again, because there's no place for him on the bench either. Not a lot on the bench for Everton, really. It needs to work from the first team. Man City have made changes as well. Stefan is in goal. Walker, Laporte, Ruben Diaz, Zinchenko, Gundogan, Fernandinho, Bernardo Silva, Sterling, Gabriel Jesus and Foden. De Bruyne on the bench. But look, it is a you know, they've got Rodri on the bench, Stones on the bench, De Bruyne on the bench, Mahrez on the bench, Ederson on the bench, Cancelo on the bench. I mean, this is apparently a sort of, what I don't know what you would call this Man City team, but this is what I was talking about on my video this week about the strength that Man City have. You look at that lineup and you think, well, that's a strong lineup, but then you look at their bench: Stones, Aguero, Rodri, De Bruyne, Torres, Mendy, Mahrez, Cancelo, Ederson. They've literally got 4, 8, 9, 10 people on their bench that would walk into most European sides, not Premier League sides, most European sides. The strength in depth that Manchester City have got is on another level. It really is. Apparently Rodriguez wants to leave, which is a shame. It is a shame. But Man City Globetrotters, who said that? Shout out to Bear Eats World. Yeah, it is the Man City Globetrotters, to be fair. But they've got tremendous strength in depth. There's no two ways of saying that. Yeah. Let's go. Okay, if you could just looking at Paddy Power's tweet, a massive boost for Everton with Pickford not playing. Yeah, it's a joke, but it's true. We are only 7 minutes away from kickoff. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way, because I was on Twitch. I was playing a bit of Rocket League earlier. If people were on Twitch with me, that was good fun. Nice bit of Saturday afternoon gaming. And oh my life, We're only 250 subscribers away from 343,000 on the road to 350k. So please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. I'm just gonna have to love you and leave you for a moment because I'm just going to plug my phone in. That's only got 2% on it. 2%. Tell you what, I remember being on a train to London once. Here's a story for you. I was on a train to London once, right? I've been on a train to London more than once, but I was on a train to London once, and I looked at my phone and I'd completely forgotten to charge it up, and it only had 6% on it. So I thought, oh, I know, I'll just charge it up with my charger, which I hadn't packed. I was at the start of the journey. It's a 2-hour train drive. I had 6% on my phone, and I just panicked. I had a panic attack. I was like, what am I going to do? And even when I get to London, how am I going to get it charged up? So I was really panicked. And then the person next to me actually had a Samsung charger. I said, "Can I borrow it?" And they said yes, and it was fine. Mission accomplished. Textbook. Anyway, come on, Everton. I'm just putting a tweet out, as you can probably tell, live now. I always get a bit giddy on a Saturday night. Because it's a big game. It's a big game. Thanks to everybody who watched the Mourinho video as well. We've put the Man City video out today, and obviously we've got the Mourinho video went out this morning as well. Really enjoying doing those. Loads of fantastic comments. Just going to try and do topics really that generate, that's football's for everybody. It doesn't matter what team you support. So I think my next one's probably going to be about the issues at Liverpool. But I like those little videos. I think it works well with the channel just to chuck up a little video that's controversial but generates conversation, and I really enjoy, especially when I'm having a poo, just reading your comments. It's quite relaxing, especially when there's complications. Mark, can you let people know about the Discord, says Ethan Trent. If you have a link for the Discord, Ethan. This Discord is for Football Manager, is it, or is it just for my Twitch channel? I'd need to know, but there is a Discord for my Football Manager now if anyone's interested in that. I need to get on it myself. Shay of City says, indeed, very well said about Mourinho. And I think what people need to understand is, when I do a video saying Man City are ruining football, if you watch the video, I'm not saying that it's criminal to be a Man City fan and enjoy it. I totally empathise and understand how Man City fans are happy. When I'm saying Mourinho is done, I'm not saying Spurs are prats for sticking by him. He's your manager. These things we're talking are big hot topics in football, and that I'm open enough to discuss them to generate the conversation. So that's how it's going to work. So everybody is very much welcome. And are you playing any FIFA this weekend, says Dan? No, it's back on Monday with that. So yep, we'll be back on Monday with that. But yeah, I'll tell you what, I will bloody love it if Everton beat Man City today. It's very important to me as a Manchester United fan that nobody ever gets the treble in my lifetime. I didn't think Liverpool would win a title in my lifetime. That didn't happen. So I think that, yes, we've got to do that. Are you watching Saturday Night Takeaway, says Samuel Ward? Is that back on? Mark, would it be fair to say that Lewis Hamilton is currently the best name in English sport, says Abhijit? It's a fair point. Hi, Mark. I completely agree with you. Your position on Man City ruining football, says Pokemon. My stance on Manchester City is that when you look at this season, where we went into the start of the season and everyone was like, this is going to be the best season ever because it's a great leveller, because everyone's got to play loads of games. And actually, we never saw it coming. It was the most obvious thing in the world that it wasn't going to be a great leveller. What was going to happen is everyone was going to get really tired by Christmas time, and then come Christmas time, the team with the best squad that can basically put two teams out that I think Man City could put an 11 out that would finish second. That's how much of an advantage Manchester City have got from the squad that Pep Guardiola has built with the money that Manchester City have. There's 10 players on their bench that are better than most Man United players. So if they're better than most Man United players, they're better than most Arsenal players, they're better than most Spurs players. Man City are on to win a treble because their team is unbelievable. Unbelievable depth of squad. You look at those 10 subs they've got today, and then you look at their starting lineup and you go, well, there's nothing wrong with their starting lineup, and they've got 10 subs like that. So this is why they're running away with the title. This is why they could win a treble. This is why they could win a quadruple, because their squad depth is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And for me, that's a disadvantage to every other club in England. But what can you do? I don't think new sponsors mean new signings for Manchester United, Nepali. No, I don't. I don't know what you think, but I do not think it is. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy this game this afternoon, this early evening, and I'm going to hope that Everton produce something, because on the story of Everton, their season has been very, very, very good in some ways, but in others, it's been very disappointing. I think they've lost their last 2 games, haven't they? And, you know, I think Everton fans need to be happy with Ancelotti. I think the problem with Everton is that they've got a good 11 when everyone's fit. They need to go, like last summer they bought Alan, they bought Rodriguez, who else did they buy last summer? They bought Alan, Rodriguez, Godfrey. I think they bought somebody else. I can't remember, but they need to go and buy another 3. What Everton need to do is you need to look at Everton's bench and go, that's good. And Ancelotti at the moment doesn't have that comfort to do that at the moment. But in time, I think if he's given more money, and they do have money, I think maybe that can be the thing. I think maybe that could be the thing. Ignore that number. It's not relevant at the moment. But players are coming out, and they're out. They actually are out, and they're on pitch and they're ready to go. Yabba dabba doo. They're up for it. We're mad for it. And yeah, I'm up for it as well. Can't wait. Lovely stuff. Chambone. Score predictions, everybody. I think Man City will win it 3-1, to be honest. Yeah. I know. I think Man City will be too strong for them. I hope that they're not going to be too strong for them, but I think they will. Yeah. It's just one of those, isn't it? They're a very strong side, and they definitely have the advantage in these sort of things. And they're the favourites, of course. 2-1 City, says Thames. 2-0 City, says RMC. 2-0 Everton, says Joel. I think City will win 2-0, says KA. 3-0 Man City, says Sonny. Merseyside is blue. I mean, I suppose 3-1 is probably a little bit optimistic, because Man City don't concede many goals. I just love to see Man City get knocked out. I really would love it. I bloody love it. But, you know, apparently that's salty if you think that. Well, no, how's about their arrival? Welcome to the Members Club, Yakish. And we're up and running anyway, as I said. The timer's on screen, which is good. And Ireland beating England, Mark. Dylan, I've got no interest in the rugby. As soon as England can't win the Grand Slam or the Triple Crown or the title, I lose interest. So whatever. I'm an Everton fan already. No, we're going to get beat 4-1, says Charlie. I mean, I'd be interested to see what people think. Have Everton had a good season this year? Have they? You know, it's a question. Have Everton had a good season this year? Because I mean, I don't know where Everton finished last year. They're currently 6th. I think if they get the 7th, but I think they could very easily finish 8th. They could finish 10th. I mean, they're 5 points ahead of Arsenal and Villa, who have got 41 points in 9th and 10th. But, you know, Everton need to have a strong finish to the season for it to be a good one. Take away for T-Mark. KFC for me after this game, says Carl Boardman. I've said to people before, we're having like, what's it called? Lobster. I'm having some lobster today, which I got in the week as a little treat. So yeah, looking forward to that actually after this. But normally I'd have a Saturday night takeaway. Yeah. Everton finished 12th last season, says Liam. I'm not a fan of both Manchester clubs. As an outsider, United have a lot of money as well, but they just don't spend it. City just have a better board, says Tonis. Yeah, but the thing is, Tonis, Manchester United generate their own money. Manchester City were just handed money, and it could have been Everton, and it could have been Villa, and it could have been Newcastle. They just basically won the lottery, and they will keep winning the lottery. And Manchester United, even if they did spend money, it's their own money. So I think Michael Oliver's the referee. Michael Oliver and Manchester City is like bloody Thelma and Louise. It's going to end in a car crash. You're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it. It's going to be Man City. Michael Oliver loves Manchester City, and I didn't realise that. He was the ref. It's a corner here for Manchester City. It's a love story, Darren. Yeah, Michael Oliver. Can't remember when Michael Oliver was the referee in the Manchester derby at the Etihad, and he sent Chris Smalling off, and then Joe Hart ran the length of the pitch to the middle of the pitch from the goalkeeping line and put his head against the referee. And I thought, well, that's a red card. And the referee almost fainted from love. Oh, Joe Hart's touched me. It was like unbelievable. Bernardo Silva with the corner comes in. Mark, Dortmund are likely to miss out on top 4. Do you think Haaland or Sancho might leave this season? Runic, have you actually looked at the league? They're not going to miss out on top 4. They are so close to top 4, it is unbelievable. So they're not going to miss out on top 4 because there's loads and loads of football left to be played in the Bundesliga. They've only played 26 games and Dortmund are only 4 points off Eintracht Frankfurt. And they got to play 34 games in that tournament. And there's 8 to go. So they could miss out on top 4, but I don't think it's time to say that yet. I'll be talking about Erling Haaland anyway on the United Stand at 8 o'clock because I've got a theory on that. Do you think Liverpool could win the rest of their games and get top 4, says Rapid Rider? I do. I think that win against Wolves on Monday gives Liverpool a chance. It's hard. I think Liverpool can only get 73 points, can't they? Which will get them top 4. Liverpool have got to win nearly every game, though, to do that. Joseph says he might hit the Guinness now. Joseph and his pint of Guinness. The sequel to Joseph and his Technicolor Dreamcoat. Apparently Haaland stormed down the tunnel, says Soraf. And rest in peace to Peter Lorimer, a true legend of the game, says Michael Green. I didn't even know that. That is sad. Played for England, didn't he? So a throw in here for Everton to launch into the box. They've got to keep a clean sheet, Everton, today, which is hard to do. It's Yerry Mina. I do like Yerry Mina, you know. And that's with the keeper. Hala says, why are you obsessed with City? Well, it's not an obsession, mate. They're the best team in England and they could win the treble, which Manchester United are the only team to do. It's not actually obsession, is it? It's actually a normal hope that they lose games. It's not being obsessive, is it? I'm not obsessed with Liverpool because I want them to lose. They're our biggest rival. I think people act so immature and childish when you talk about somebody that's not your own team. I don't understand it. If you're critical of somebody, you're a hater. If you want a team to lose, you're obsessed. No, been following football for over 30 years. It's just normal behaviour of a football fan to prefer one thing over another, to be critical of footballers. Lorimer was actually Scottish, says Alexander. Apologies there. I thought, for some reason, I thought he played for England. Played in the 70s. Well, it's way before mine. I've already done Twitch, Druv. You missed it. Did it about an hour ago. Are you going... You're a bit loud there, Seb. What are you doing? What are you looking for? Man City very much on the front here. Front foot. Duncan says, how's your fantasy football team? Yeah, smiley face is the thing. I haven't looked at it I haven't looked at it in 2021. Oh, good old Michael Oliver getting in the way. How do you think Arsenal will get on in the Europa League? See you in the final. That's all I've got to say to Arsenal. See you in the final if you can get there. I don't think Calvert-Lewin will leave Everton. Akshat. And you are only this worried about City because United are pathetic. We have enough money to compete but don't want cause of our board. Ollie and accepting fans. Says Yankee WZ. I don't really think it's got anything to do with Manchester United in that sense, Yankee, to be fair. Manchester City are on the course for a treble. Liverpool were on course for one in January last year. When a good team appears in the Premier League, they're going to be a threat to United's greatest ever achievement. Of course, Manchester United should be doing better than they are, but let's not take away from the fact that Man City are doing this of their own accord. So, just going back to the Calvert-Lewin thing, though, it is quite interesting because I saw something, I can't remember who said it, but they were basically saying now is the time for Harry Kane to get out of Spurs if he wants to win a trophy. But again, I think this is the sort of... I was saying this about Scholes and Owen Hargreaves. They've both said Man United should go and sign Fofana from Leicester. And it's like these people are paid very good money and they're ex-footballers, but they don't actually scrape the surface of anything that they say because, United should go and sign Fofana. But he's only been at Leicester for 7 months and they spent a lot of money on him. He's not going to leave after 1 year from Everton and he would cost probably 80 million to do that. So one, no one's going to pay that. Two, he's not going to go after 1 year. And all these people who are saying that, Harry Kane's got to get out of Spurs and Calvert-Lewin have got to get out of Everton. Well, who's going to walk along and give him 100 million? Cross comes in from Digne. Good, well done, keeper. Gets rid of it. And he's given a foul anyway. Harry Kane, someone's going to have to pay Spurs 150 million for him. Calvert-Lewin, someone's going to have to pay Everton 80 to 100 million for him. And people say he's not worth that. But Everton aren't a poor club. They don't need to sell. And Spurs don't need to sell. So these players can want to move, but they're in big contracts. I don't see Harry Kane leaving Spurs. I think people generate some stupid stories at times because it's like, well, if he wants to win a trophy, he's got to go. But it's not. Football's not like that anymore. Look at the Neymar and Mbappe situation at PSG. Maybe they should have left a year ago. Maybe they should have gone 2 years ago. But you put yourself into a goal. I've said this before. They put themselves into a golden prison. They're very rich because of these contracts they sign, but when they sign them, they make themselves very difficult to buy. Any famous quotes or sayings that you like to live by? Also, congratulations, Goldbridge, says James. And you hold on to this treble thing too much. It's like Arsenal fans with the Invincibles. New school fans don't care about football history. This is not my legend. I don't care about new school fans. New school fans or new football fans or whatever, I couldn't give two shits whether you care about the treble or not. I lived it. I was there sat on a beach in Malahide at 3 o'clock in the morning with a big bottle of whiskey and a massive cigar. Didn't want to go to bed. That's the greatest night of my life in football, winning the treble. Nothing will ever get near it. It can't be beaten. So it's massively important to me because I lived it and it's historic and it was huge. That whole season was just unbelievable. I'd love to live it again. Hi Mark, hope you're well. Enjoyed the sticky toffee pudding video, says Dexter. Also, do you feel Chelsea have a genuine chance to win the Champions League? I do, Dexter. I think that they're so well organised at the moment and a little bit like Manchester City, they've got so much depth. Mason Mount couldn't play, Jorginho couldn't play, Thiago Silva couldn't play, and yet you still had Hudson-Odoi and Pulisic on your bench against Atletico Madrid. So, yeah, they're well organised and they've got lots of quality. So they are a threat, yes. I think, to be fair, Tuchel, if he'd had a full season, would probably have you pretty close to Chelsea. I don't think you would... City. I don't think you would be challenging City, but I think you'd be a bit close. Hi Mark, an interesting football to speak about is the downfall of Schalke, a storied Bundesliga club and a European staple now being badly relegated, says Ice Mooney. What's your favourite English city, says Ben. Probably London. London's got bad and good points, but I do like London. It's got a feel to it. Bubba says United have got the most expensive squad in Premiership. I can't believe it, mate. You're right. I don't understand. United have got the most expensive squad. Probably, I think Man City might be more, but I mean, what did we spend it on? Anyway, first 10 minutes, pretty dead, really. Man City haven't carved an opening up yet, and a few sort of long balls into the box from Everton, but nothing doing yet. Do you think Sterling is no longer a Pep favourite, says Jagan? I think Sterling tends to start every time I see them. Here's Foden. Nice little ball. What a ball that is by Foden. So, I mean, how do you switch the ball from one side to the other in such a relaxed nature in a congested half? That was a delightful ball by Foden. Makes it sort of look so easy as well. They're so technically gifted. Nice turn by Calvert-Lewin. Gets it out to Richarlison. Is it Richarlison or Richarlison? Here we go. Bit of an overlap for Digne. He's held on to it for too long there. And well kept in by Kyle Walker. Spent it on Phil Jones, says Aidan McCruen. Harrietta Maguire, says Sebastian Bodry. And Mark, if Cavani leaves, Martial and Greenwood could share striker and Sancho takes number 7. Sancho and a defender seems realistic this summer. Yeah, but if we don't buy a centre defensive midfielder, we're screwed anyway. I can't believe he thinks that McFred are decent. They're so not. But anyway, I don't want to get in a bad mood tonight. Time for a stretch. Oh. I'm playing Rocket League for an hour and a half. That was sitting down as well. Yeah, you do get that feeling with Man City that it's just a matter of time, isn't it? A matter of time before they get that goal. What rank am I? I've only just started playing, Josh. I'm only like rank 6. Can't even play competitive yet. Here's Raheem Sterling down the left-hand side. He's going to lay it back to Gundogan. I mean, yeah, I've got to say, the way Manchester City move the ball around, it's just very, very good, isn't it? Sterling with the cross. Keeper gets hold of that. Well done. Mark, thoughts on an anti-lockdown protest in London, says Sahal. It's a bit late, isn't it? We've been in it for 3 months. We're coming out of it soon. I think Liverpool will beat Real Madrid, Soraf, because I think if Chelsea can beat Atletico Madrid, 4th in England can beat 1st in La Liga, I think Liverpool can beat them. If City gave a few players away, it would be more fair, says Sam. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I think Pep Guardiola is going to turn up with a minibus in Burnley and say, Sean Dyche will go, what are you doing here, Pep? I'm busy. Me and Chris Wood are having a full English. What do you want? I'm just dropping off Mahrez and Sterling and Laporte for you. And then I'm on my way to Newcastle to give them Rodri and Kyle Walker. Yeah, it's not going to happen, is it? Corner to Manchester City. Corner Man City here. Let's just keep an eye on this because they do tend to score from corners with the centre-backs that they've got. It's another string to their bow this season, but it's cleared away. Big up, Mark. Do you think the Uruguay centre-back would be good at United? Yeah, I'm not reading that at Ashraf. I mean, realistically, Ashraf, I'm appalled by that super chat. If anyone wants to read Ashraf's super chat, have a read of it and think, would you be stupid enough to read that name out? I mean, yeah, he's good off the ball, but yeah, I ain't reading the name out. Put it this way, lads. If you put McFred into this City pivot, do you think they would be able to play this football? Spoiler alert, no chance, says Tom Boone. And I think that's true. I mean, you could definitely stick them into the Everton midfield because Everton are just sitting back and parking the bus. But yeah, if you want to play an expansive style of football, yeah, they're next to useless, really. It was a poor attempt. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. We're a couple of hundred off from getting to 343,000. So thanks, everybody. On the road to 350k, trying to get that before the end of the season. So get involved. Everybody's welcome here. And yeah, 16 minutes gone. I'll tell you who would have read that out, Ashraf. Robbie. Some people think he does it on purpose. I'm not so sure he does, but he would have read it out. Why does Paddy Power have no subs, says Footy Legend? I don't know what you mean. What, like Ollie? And I prefer Mark Goldbridge. I mean, he's talking planets there. I think if Everton were going to score, you could almost score too early in this game, because if they did score, they'd just have 80 minutes of Manchester City attacking them, wouldn't they? Hi Mark, I'm new to the channel and I love the content, says LP13. Welcome. You're very welcome. Here's another long throw for Everton. Everton are definitely going for the Stoke City approach today. Lots of long balls into the box, trying to cause City problems with that. Richarlison, overhead, just over the bar. I'm finally joining the 90% club, Mark. Sancho isn't the player we need this summer, and that makes me confident we're going to get him, says Joshua Bowater. Yeah, you probably got some sense there. And apparently Michael Oliver is dating that lineswoman. He must have an amazing sense of humour. That lineswoman gave him play? I don't know who that lineswoman is. Oh, the lineswoman. Oh, okay. I know what you mean. Mystic Mark predicts who may end City's quadruple this season. Is it Everton in the FA Cup, Spurs in the Carabao Cup, or Bayern in the Champions League? To be honest with you, I don't really care. You know what? If somebody said to me, Man City are going to win 3 trophies this season, you can pick which 3. It would be the Carabao Cup, the league and the FA Cup, of course, because I wouldn't want them to win the Champions League. But if they win the Champions League and the Carabao Cup, it's not a treble. So you can stick it up your arse. It's just not. The FA Cup, the Premier League and the Champions League is the proper treble. Any take on Andre Silva from Eintracht Frankfurt, 25 years of age, 24 goals and assists in the Bundesliga this season, could be a cheap strike option, says Adrian Hughesby. He has been linked to United, but I don't think there's any truth in it, according to German reports. It doesn't mean that there won't be truth in it in the future, but at the moment there isn't. Andy Dawson says Mark is so bitter it's untrue. What am I bitter about, Andy? Have you watched the Snyder Cut? I haven't watched the original cut. I don't watch Marvel. I've never watched any Marvel. I watched about 10 minutes of Captain America. Richarlison's just gone down here. Mark, do you think Ollie really thinks McFred are good, or does he just not trust Matic alone? Remember, Ollie lies a lot to the media. He lied about Sanchez, says Alfie Palmer. Richarlison's just gone down here. Fernandinho, he does. I tell you what, he should be getting a yellow card for that. That should be a yellow card for Fernandinho, because that was a yellow card for bloody Lamella. How is that not a yellow card for Fernandinho and it was for Lamella? So nothing given. Fernandinho definitely chucks his arm out, and to be fair, Richarlison is bleeding from the mouth. Mark, can you be quiet? I'm not reading your comments. I mean, it's not a comedy. Fancy Everton to do City here. Just can't have City winning a treble. Also, 1989 movie night date. Dead Poets Society and Tango and Cash, says Muzzy Line. I like what Muzzy Lines does. He does every Saturday. He does a double movie night from each year. So he's in 1989 now, and he's doing Dead Poets Society and Tango and Cash, of which I don't think I've ever seen both of those. I know both of them, but I don't think I've ever watched any of them. Do you think Ollie? Oh no, I've done that one as well. Thank you very much. Liverpool to win the Champions League or City treble, says Stephen Paul. Oh, easily Liverpool. Easily. I don't want to give the treble up. Oh, here we go. Oliver. Straight away gives a yellow card for a foul on a City player, but doesn't give it for Fernandinho. Oh my God. The ref's a joke. An absolute joke. He's a joke. He's a shit ref, Oliver. He's so frustrating. I cannot stand him as a referee. I don't know him as a person, but I'm judging him here as a referee. He's an absolute farce. Like, Alan's tackle is just not even that bad. But Fernandinho chucks his arm out, doesn't give a yellow card for that, and then 1 minute later gives Alan a yellow card for absolutely nothing nearly as bad. And, Alan's is a foul, but Fernandinho literally pushes him off like that. I'm not saying it should be a red to Fernandinho, but it should have been a yellow. He's a twat, Oliver. Bye, Nick Lewis. Bye. Everyone say goodbye to Nick Lewis with his stupid comments. See you later. Putting your little big arrows. Bye. Red arrows. He's flying away. Here's Everton. Sigurdsson. Hi Mark, not had a chance to catch up on your Football Manager. How are you getting on? I'm enjoying it, says Paul Farmer. Yeah, check it out. It was good last night. We've got FA Trophy quarter final on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. But a bit of a mixed bag last night. To be fair, bit of a mixed bag. But it's hard. It's hard to get out of the National League because only one team gets promoted. Anthony Taylor or Oliver or Mike Dean, says Lucas Glore. I prefer Mike Dean. I think Anthony Taylor is atrocious. I think Michael Oliver is incompetent. And I think Mike Dean is just bad. But, I mean, if you ask me who the best referee in the Premier League is, I wouldn't know their name. And you know why I wouldn't know their name? Because I don't notice them. And therefore, that means they're a good referee. If you know the names of referees, it means they're not very good. And there are plenty of referees in the Premier League that I don't really know who they are. Because I don't notice them. Zuba says he hates Everton because he's a Liverpool fan. I did play Rocket League today, Jack Dawkins, on Twitch. The link is in the video description if you want to check it out. And I will be doing it more in the future. I literally just started playing it again after about 4 years. So it was a good laugh, actually. Good tackle there by Gomez. Richarlison makes the run into... Here we go. Break on for Everton. Look at Digne down the left. And it's a foul on Calvert-Lewin. Book him then, ref. Give him a booking. Shree says, who's the next head coach for Spurs? Well, I didn't talk about that in the video I put out about Mourinho today. I mean, that's Spurs' decision to make. I think Mourinho is done. And I think it's inevitable he's going to get his third sacking in the Premier League. As I said, I think Mourinho needs to go to Serie A. It would suit him. It's a slower game. It's more defensive. But I can see Nagelsmann at Spurs. I think Spurs are a club that are willing to take a risk. I think Pochettino came in from Southampton. That was a good move. And I think Nagelsmann would suit Spurs really well. So I can see Nagelsmann at Spurs next. Hi Mark, what do you think of Kessie and do you think he'll be good for United, says George. Well, he won't be good for United because he won't come to United. And Andy well, hold on a minute. Digne dinks it up to the back post. That's another corner ref. Andy Dawson says this channel would be better if Mark was unbiased. Just watch the match. No, there's no such thing as unbiased, Andy. Welcome to the real world. There's fake people and then there's real people. Nobody watches football and is unbiased. Because if you watch a football match and you're unbiased, then you don't love football. Because we've all got tendencies for one or the other in an individual game. I've never watched a game in my life and been like, I'm just going to sit here and enjoy it. I'll think that's going to happen, but then something will happen in the game and I'll be like, I didn't like that. I'm rooting for the other team. But I'm not going to be... How can I be unbiased in a game where Manchester City are Manchester United's rival? I can't sit here and say, oh, I'll tell you what, tonight, if Man City wipe the floor with Everton, as long as it's a good game, I'm happy. Never going to happen. Love the content. Where do you reckon Chris Wilder will end up next? Says Thornley X. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think we'll see him in the Premier League again. That's not a foul. Michael Oliver, he's such a prat. This is not a foul. It's not a foul. Fernandinho jumps into him. So thick. He's so thick, Michael Oliver. He falls for it all the time. United current season is setting up like last season, while better progress in the league. We got to win the cup and finish second, says YK. And I think Mourinho would be better off at Juventus. I think Mourinho would still be a very good coach in Serie A. I don't think he's finished, but I think he would be better off there. Matthew Emerson says, of course it's a foul. Mate, how's it a foul when Fernandinho sees him coming and moves his body into Richarlison? A foul is normally the other way around. The intent normally comes from the person who's committing the foul. A player jumping in front of somebody to take a foul, it's clever, but Michael Oliver needs to be a little bit more switched on from that. Sterling, over the bar. Your opinion on Liverpool next season? Will they be back to being City's main rivals for the title or back to top 4 challengers? Says Stephen Porter. And I think Mourinho will either go to Roma or Benfica. I don't think he'd go to Benfica. I wonder if Mourinho would fancy a national job next. I think that might be a good way for Mourinho as well, as a national coach. I'd certainly take him as England coach, although the football would be terrible. I retract that. Do I think Liverpool will be back next year? They should be, unless there's any major upheaval, and I mean like manager or big players going, but they should be back. There's Richarlison. Lays it off. Whip it in, Coleman. Honest opinion, what do you think Liverpool need in terms of transfers or departures? Even though I support them, I love listening to your opinions, says Dylan Henderson. I think Liverpool just need a little bit more depth. They've been very, very unfortunate in relation to centre-back injuries, and you wouldn't expect that to happen again. But I just think they're a little bit lightweight in a position that they've not even been lightweight this year. I think their front three is a little bit lightweight. If Mane gets injured, what have you got? I mean, you've got Salah, Mane, Firmino, Jota, and I think everything else after that is a bit of a drop-off. Why would Nagelsmann leave Leipzig, who are second in the Bundesliga and consistently in the Champions League, for Spurs, who last won the league in 1961? Yazza, because the Premier League is the best league in the world. No one really gives a shit about the Bundesliga, and he'll earn a lot more money at Spurs, and he'll have better players and more high profile. Hope that answers your question. Mark, where do you see United in the next 5 years? Says Van Helsing. Probably in the same position we're in now. I don't really see Man United improving massively, because you've got to look at the last 5 years or the last 8 years. I think especially at a club like Manchester United, but probably at a club like Arsenal as well. If you ask me where Chelsea are going to be in the next 5 years, I could easily say, I think they might win the league. Because in the last 5 years, Chelsea have won the league. They've changed their manager numerous times. They've backed that manager numerous times. So I think that I could see Chelsea winning the league in the next 5 years. Could I see Manchester United winning the league in the next 5 years? Well, I look at the last 5 years and go, well, we've got the same owners who don't spend enough money. And when they do spend it, they spend it badly. So what's going to change at United in the next 5 years? I don't think anything's going to change. Doesn't mean it can't change, but I don't think... I look at the evidence and say no. And it's the same with Arsenal. They've got the same problem with their ownership. Arsenal fans, just like us United fans, will think in the 5 years, can we be the title winners? But we've already had 8 years of this. And they've had 15 years of it since Wenger was good. So 17 years, actually, isn't it? Nagelsmann will earn way more money at Bayern, Man United, Liverpool if Klopp leaves, etc. He's one of the most sought-out managers in world football, says Yazza. Well, you've contradicted yourself straight away now. Because you just asked me why would he go to Spurs, and I've told you. Now you're saying, wow, he could go somewhere else. I can't disagree with you on that one, but you said why would he go to Spurs? Thoughts on Spurs, says George. There's a video on the channel this morning from Mourinho. I think that Spurs actually, if Nagelsmann was the coach, oh look, Michael Oliver. This is Michael. Look at the little smile by Michael Oliver there. That's made his night. Fernandinho was just helping him tuck in his little monitor. Oh, thank you, Ferdy. Yeah, I'll give you a penno in a minute. Mark, I don't know about you, but I feel Nagelsmann is very overrated by football hipsters, says Red Devil. It could be. Could be. Could be. I do like. I mean, look, I liked Pochettino at Southampton, and I think these up and coming managers. I'd love to see United go for an up and coming manager actually, because we haven't tried that yet. Oh, that's a terrible ball by Richarlison. I mean, 33 minutes have gone here, and to be honest, a very equal game. I mean, I wouldn't get excited. I still think City will win because I've seen this is not unusual for City to just keep things nice and tight. Calvert-Lewin. Oh, it could have gone their way. It's gone for a goal kick. A corner, sorry. I've seen City do this a lot. This is not to give Everton hope, because I've seen Everton do a lot. City do this a lot this season. They don't concede goals, and then they'll nick a goal themselves or two. What would your Premier League five-a-side team be, says Alex Davies. Interesting one. I'll think about that. And why do most teams have a player on the ground behind the wall? How often have takers placed the shot under the wall? Says Philip. It's a new thing, Philip, to be honest. MLS is a cringe league, but any thoughts on Bex and Inter Miami? Says Swain. Can I be honest, Swain? I take absolutely no notice in the MLS and haven't taken any notice in the MLS ever. So I can't really comment on it. I'm sure people in the live comments can. I don't take any notice of the MLS. Gundogan clears the corner. Five-a-side league for the Prem. I do like that Alan. Everton have missed him a lot, and I do like him. Coleman, you prat. Yeah, I do like Alan. I'd take him at United, to be honest, because he's a CDM who actually plays the ball. He can play the ball forward. He knows how to protect his defence. I do like Alan. Five-a-side team for the Premier League. I'd probably go with Ederson in goal because he's the best with his feet. I would probably play you can only play four, can't you? So I would probably play Ruben Diaz at the moment because Van Dijk's injured as the defender. I'd play a diamond. I'd play a 1-2-1 with a goalkeeper, and I'd play Diaz in goal. Sorry, Ederson in goal. Diaz as the defender. I'd have. I can't be arsed. I can't be arsed to think this through. Five-a-side, so shit. I'm out. I can't be arsed. I can't be arsed with it. I mean, at the end of the day, you could just pick a five-a-side. You don't even need defenders. You could just put Ederson in goal and play De Bruyne, Bruno, Grealish, and Salah, and it would be absolutely fine. You don't need defenders. You don't need defenders in a five-a-side. City with the chance to put a cross in here from a free kick. It's Sterling. Good tackle. And again. He's clutching his knee, Sterling, here. I think he's all right. I won't be doing the Old Firm tomorrow, COD. And I think unless you're a Celtic or Rangers fan, I don't know why anyone would watch it, really. It's over. It still might be quite a tasty game though, to be fair, yeah. Don't care, Andy Harris. Thanks, though. Mark, would you take Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Trent and the Euros and decide who to start depending on the opponent versus France? I wouldn't want anyone but Aaron Wan-Bissaka's Colin. I don't think Aaron Wan-Bissaka's going anywhere near the Euros unless he's doing some punditry work. He's not even in the England squad, and neither's Trent. So Southgate don't rate Aaron Wan-Bissaka, to be honest. Love the work, Mark. Listen up or rocking chair, says Harry Coombs. Depends on the day, but probably listen up today. Yeah, but Wan-Bissaka's not going to the Euros. He's not even in the squad, is he, this time? He's picking, is it Reece James and Trippier? So, no chance. Not a chance. Thanks for the super chat, Joseph Tyrrell. And do you play indoor football? I've played it before. How did you find it? Says Gamble. I've played loads of indoor football. I quite like it. It's a bit different, but I do like it. Corner to City. Honestly, Mark, did Spurs fans honestly believe they will get better than Poch? Even when Poch was at Spurs, anyone was saying he needs to upgrade, as Yazza said. I think with Pochettino, it was time to go. You know, I think after that Champions League final, they sort of hit their ceiling. And I think Pochettino himself was probably a little bit... He'd run his course. And I think the players themselves, they needed to part ways. And they did. And but I don't think that's got to be a yellow card. Oh my god! Oh my god! He's not even going to book him. That's 2. Richarlison's even said that's 2. 2 times now. Hour late. Jesus Christ! How is that not a yellow card? It's a joke. An absolute joke. City quadruple or Liverpool win the Champions League? Easily Liverpool win the Champions League. Thank you very much, Ian or Daveron. And as a Spurs fan, I personally think that we should sack Jose, even though I highly rate him. He is past his best, says Kyle's Gaming. I agree. What's for dinner tomorrow? Mark, I can hear the table being set in the background. I'll be around in 5 minutes. This is Jonathan Barron. Well, I won't be there because I'm doing this. Welcome to the Members Club, Matthew Emerson. I like your little profile pitch. Old Saints there. Love it. Love it. Are you in a canteen? Says WDP. Sorry if there is background noise. I don't really take much notice of it when I do That's Football, to be honest. And I did enjoy Rocket League, Zach, yes. 5 minutes to go to half-time. Still 0-0 here. I cannot believe he didn't book Fernandinho there. Just ridiculous. But don't get stressed about it. It is what it is. See how long I can do that. Not very long. Ooh. Gundogan cleared away. I think the way this game is going, Everton won't score, and it's just a matter of City getting that 1 goal and winning 1-0. Canteen Bridge. Yeah, I'm doing this stream today in the M&S staff room canteen. They're all having their dinner. I'm just doing it for a laugh. Line it, Digne. Nice ball into Richarlison there. Alan. He's a good player. I like Alan. He'd do a very good job for United. Here's Richarlison. Cross comes in. Too high. Goes for a corner. I'm older than I used to be. This town holds no more. Here's Richarlison. Wait. Oh, he ignored the pass there. There was an overlap pass. Sigurdsson into Calvert-Lewin. Richarlison. Again, he ignores the pass. He's a greedy git. He really is a greedy git. I think Jose is a character for the Premier League. Also, who's your favourite 3 players at United? Says Colin Sexton. Bruno. La, 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 la. Bruno. Bruno, Martial and Shaw. Yeah. I like a lot of United players though. I like De Gea, I like Rashford, I like Pogba. I like... that's it. No, I don't like anybody else. No, I do like a lot of them, but yeah. It's Chico time. It's not. It's time to go, Chico. Oh, off the line by Zinchenko. Headed onto the line by Mina, who's a threat from the box. And I think, well, that's why you have a man on the line, to be fair. I don't know the angle of this head. That angle doesn't help us. I wanted to see if it was actually going in. I don't think it was going in. It's hard to tell, but they didn't get the angle right. I don't think it was going in, but Zinchenko couldn't have known. So he's headed it away. I think Yerry Mina is underrated, you know. He does, every time I watch him, he tends to have a very good game defensively. If this game stays a draw, it goes to ET or replay. Since Owen, it goes to ET and then it goes to pen. Yeah. Will you play more F1, Mark? Says Leo. I'd have to have played F1 to do. I haven't played F1 for... I can't remember the last time I played F1. Could do a bit of that on Twitch though. But I haven't played it for years. I need to get my ice hockey game out, play a bit of that. So you think my singing's out of time? Well, it makes me money. And I don't know why anymore. So come on, feel the boys. Girls, grab the boys. We'll get wild at your door. Right, hey, oh, we're going to be playing either or at half time. We've only got 30 seconds to go. Over the bar. It's a corner for Foden. It is like a canteen, even I'm hearing it now. AJ or Fury, Mark, says Steve. Well, that's one where I actually, at this moment in time, do not know which way I'm going to go. I don't know which way I'm going to go on that one. I will have a favourite on the night because, like I said, I don't watch sport where it's one against the other and just sit there and go, I'm just going to enjoy this. I can't do that. But I do like AJ and Fury, and I don't know which way I'm going to go with it. So I just can't watch sport when it's competitive and not pick a side. My side might change during the game sometimes, but and I might start off not knowing which side I'm on, but it will happen during the game. But half time, and it is 0-0. And to be honest with you, that's probably about right. I don't know whether Yeremina's header was going to go in. Manchester City haven't really had a clear-cut chance themselves yet, but I'd say that this game so far is certainly playing into the hands of a Manchester City because they do keep clean sheets a lot, and they're used to nicking a goal. So at the moment, and also they've got such a good bench. The longer the game goes on, as I said, if you look at City's bench, oh my God, Aguero, Torres, Mahrez, Rodri, they've got Cancelo, they've got so many options. Mark, do you listen to Jamiroquai or Groove Armada? Says Oscar Woods. No. And let's go Everton. As a United fan, I hope this continues and Everton win the penalty, says Leon. And sweet potato or potato. I do like sweet potato, Perry, but I don't think you can beat normal potato done the right way. Mark, would you rather be the United owner or a player, says Steez. Depends, really. I'd like to be the United owner and sort it all out, but I'd love to be a player. Who are you supporting in Tiddlywinks? Watch along, says Robert McCormack. And who's playing? Mark, check out at MUFC Reloaded on Twitter. Good insider transfer news, says Sam Laughlin. Well, I've never heard of them, Sam, so I wouldn't say it's good information. And I've got to be honest with you, I don't believe people who are oh, I've got inside information. You know, I don't believe it. So, no. I don't believe it. I've seen so many in my career on social media, especially Twitter. I've seen so many insiders who come out with information on Twitter. And if you actually are a credible journalist, like Fabrizio Romano, why do you need to hide behind at Man United Reloaded or at Football Insider or at whatever else they are? Why not just use your real name? Because the club's not going to hunt you down. I've never understood why these so-called Twitter transfer gurus who don't exist for 9 months of the season until the summer, and then fair play, everyone will follow them and believe that they're real. But what nobody ever realises is, why don't they just use their real name? Simon Stone uses his real name. James Cooper uses his real name. Fabrizio Romano uses his real name. Christian Falk used their real name. And they all come out with, United are after Haaland before we even know about it and stuff. Talks have taken place with Sancho. Oh, look, why not just use your real name? I'll tell you why they don't use your real name, because they're talking shite. Hi, Mark. Federer or Nadal or Djokovic? I love Federer, Animesh. Yes, I do. What's the worst injury you've had when playing football? Says we aren't angels, we are red devils. Shin splints. Yeah, shin splints was the worst I ever had when I was about 14. Too much football and you can't do anything about it. It really does hurt. Matthew Forster says Mark Goldbridge. Yeah, but I'm not a. Here I am. Hello. Here's my face. These people on Twitter. They who are they? It could be Karen from Australia. It could be Jim from Mexico. They could be 13 or they could be 92. You don't know anything about them. That's my point. Yeah.
And I made a fly.
Oh, what?
A fly for me.
What is it?
I can't tell you.
All right.
It's a secret.
Okay. See you later. Mark, you've seen the Bayern match today. Davies got a red card in the 12th minute and Bayern decided to score 4 goals, including a hat-trick for Lewandowski, says Yazza. Yeah, but it's a crap league, isn't it? It's a crap league. Yeah, me and Seb were on Instagram today at Goldbridge Mark. I think he's going to be a bigger star than me at some point. And Mark, check out, I've done that one as well. I'm way behind on these comments. What's the story about the billionaire that wants to buy Man United, says Amin? Well, he's not a billionaire. He's only got £250 million wealth, which I'm sure we all wish we did, but it's never going to be enough to buy Man United when they want £4 billion. Do you think Ollie will be under pressure if he loses another semi-final? Yes, Chris. I do. Because we've lost 4. If he it's a bit like Jurgen Klopp, isn't it? Jurgen Klopp used to be like that. He used to lose a lot of finals, didn't he? And then he didn't. So I think that yes, there is a pressure on Solskjaer to produce. Yes. Any update on whether you're going to do a watch along for the Formula One on the 28th? Says Ross United. No, There isn't an update, Ross. It's not a definitive I'm not doing it, but there isn't an update at the moment. Please subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, we are about 200 subscribers away from 343,000 on the road to 350k before the end of the season. So please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Everybody is welcome on this channel. It's not a specific club channel. We do all... what do? We do all sorts of things on here. We do a bit of FIFA, we do watch-alongs, and obviously we've got these videos I've been doing this week, which are just like a 10-minute video on quite a big topic that I think is a big topic. Did Man City ruining football this week? Got a lot of comments on that. You know, some people hated it, some people liked it, but at the end of the day, I loved all the comments and I read them all, and it's all about different opinion, of course. And then this morning I put the one up about Mourinho being finished, which I think in the main most people actually agree with. It might not be that controversial, but there we go. Paul Johnson's just subscribed. Thanks very much, mate. We're 100 subscribers away from 343,000 now. So bottom right hand corner to subscribe. Thank you very much. The Mourinho video has had 70,000 views and there's a lot of opinion on it. Just going to read some of them out. That's from Man City ruining football, actually. On the Mourinho is done video, Dumman says, next video, why Manchester United is no longer a top club. And you know it's bad when a fan of another team talks about your favourite club manager, says Koala. Ollie does the same as Mourinho, but because it's Ollie we let him off, says Irfan. Yeah, Ollie gets to the quarterfinal of the Europa League. Mourinho didn't do that. Ollie gets second in the Premier League. Mourinho's not doing that. So there's quite a big difference between the two, to be fair. Don't you agree? So you think my singing all the time. Welcome to the Members Club, JWRT. And Cristiano Jr., Thiago Messi or Seb Goldbridge, says Daniel Smith. I don't know whether he's going to play football, you know. I don't know. He might not. I mean, I don't know what he's going to do if he doesn't, because, you know, but, yeah, he might not be interested in football. I don't know. Jose did get second, says James. No, we're talking about now. Not the History Channel. We're talking about now. We're talking about why Mourinho is done now. The video is about Mourinho is done now. You cannot go on a video that is about Mourinho is done now and say that he's doing the same as Ollie, because we're not in a History Channel. We're talking about Mourinho at Spurs. I'm not talking about 3 years ago. I don't live in 2018. I live in 2021. If I lived in 2018, I'd be a millionaire. I'd have a body warmer on and I'd be Michael J. Fox from Back to the Future. Who's going to win tonight, says Rahul. I still think City will win it. I'd love Everton to win. I really would. But I think City will go and win it, of course, because I've seen them do this a lot this season. A lot. They're so good at keeping a clean sheet, and it's very rarely that they don't score. So... Hey mate, I am not one of those United fans or Arsenal fans or any other fan that lives in history. I've been having this chat with people this week. La Liga fans live on the History Channel and UK Gold. And I say La Liga fans do live on UK Gold because a lot of La Liga fans live in England. This is my whole thing. Why do you support Barcelona and Real Madrid when you live in England? No, I'm not saying you can't do it, but why do you do it? But no, I live in the now. I live in this season. I had La Liga fans telling me, "Oh, Sevilla slapped you up last summer," but they did. Last summer, there's a word there that really exposes you. Last. I live in this. I don't live in last. I live in this. So I would never watch Last of the Summer Wine. I want to watch This Is the Summer Wine, because I live right here, right now. And living here, right now, Manchester United ain't good enough. I'm realistic to that. So I don't need to live in the past. I don't know why fans do live in the past. I'm more than happy to talk about the past and reminisce about winning trebles and titles. They were very good days, but they're gone. They're just memories. Manchester City are the best team in England. Manchester City are the best team in Manchester. You know, the Premier League is comfortably the best league in the world at the moment. So let's live in the now. Let's not live in the past. If Ollie's Arsenal manager, does he win an FA Cup and do better in the league? United's squad has carried them more than Ollie's tactics, says School Thuggery. I don't know. Do Manchester United achieve more than second place with Arteta? No. They don't. Because that team ain't good enough to win, to be better than Man City. So you could flip it that way and be pro-Ollie and say, well, no other manager's taken us any higher than second in the league. I would argue they'd get us to play better football, but I don't know whether they'd get us more points. Mark, why do loads of United fans live in London? It's the same principle, says Saint Miasi. Welcome to the Members Club, Skull Thuggery. And Mark, spitting absolute facts. A lot of fans across the world need the same mindset, especially here in Scotland, says Niall Parker. And Skull Thuggery, I've just realised who it is. Very good YouTube channel if it's the person I'm thinking about. Jose wouldn't get us a 9-0 win though, would he? Says Ashwin. No. We would have been 2-0 up and he would have parked the bus. Man United has such a big fan base abroad, it would be hypocritical to look down on Barca fans living in England. Not saying you are, says Hagendorf. No, I am looking down at English fans who support Barcelona and Real Madrid. Don't try and protect me. I've been doing the United stand for 6 years, and from day one, I've always been very pro our global supports. I'm not arrogant. I'm not from Manchester, so how could I ever say I'm not that? And anybody who watches the United stand knows that. I'm very passionate about the global fan base. I don't care where you live. There's no such thing as a better United fan. You're a United fan. But my issue I have with Barcelona and Real Madrid fans is something that I've witnessed, and I'm sure a lot of people of England have witnessed, and I was talking about it this week. It's Dave from Norwich, it's Russell from Stoke, it's Gary from Liverpool. They could support Everton, Liverpool, Manchester United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester City. We've got 6-7 massive clubs in England. Why would you choose to support Barcelona and Real Madrid? And I tell you why they do it, because I've met loads of them. To be edgy, to go and buy a Messi shirt or a Ronaldo shirt, and they do it because they want to be edgy. They want to be, well, I like your Chelsea kit, but what do you think of this with Messi on the back? Generally the best player in the world, isn't he? And Barcelona generally considered to be one of the best teams in the world. And it's just about, they do it because they want to support the best team in the world with the best player in the world. That's why they do it, and they want to be edgy. And if you don't live in England, and you might not come across them anyway, but there's a lot of people will understand the people I'm talking about. And it's got nothing to do with not supporting your local. It's got nothing to do with supporting Man United if you live in India or Australia or America. It's not relatable at all. It's just a certain type of person who supports Barcelona and Real Madrid who lives in England. I don't care if you support them and you live in France or anything like that, because I don't live in France and I haven't seen these people, but I have seen a lot of them living in England, and it's hilarious. And they're so vicious about their love for Barcelona and La Liga as well. Like there's an arrogance with it as well. It's a weird thing. Do you think that Bruno will be remembered as a United legend? If not, what does he have to do? I mean, I think to win, I think to be a legend, you've got to achieve something. You've got to achieve something. I think Bruno Fernandes could have been part of the '99 squad. He wouldn't have started. He would have been on the bench, and he would have been on the bench for the '08 team. To be a legend, you've got to put yourself in that team. You've got to put yourself in the '99 team or the '08 team to be a legend for me. And you can be a great. I think David De Gea is a United great for what he's done over the years. But again, would he start ahead of Schmeichel and Van der Sar? Probably not. You've got to put yourself into a great team to be a legend, and that team, it could be the United 2022 team. I don't know. Duncan Edwards is a legend, yes, 100%, definitely. Integral part of the Busby Babes that were a fantastic team that won league titles. So the Busby Babes were a great team before anything happened to them. They didn't become a great team because of what happened to them in the tragedy. And what I mean by that is that they didn't become memorable as the Busby Babes, legends, because they died in Munich. They were all. My granddad was always very passionate about this. He said, "I don't like the way they." Some people sort of think they were great because almost the tragedy makes them. I suppose sort of sympathetic to them, doesn't it? Because they were so young and everything, which is a normal human trait. But what he used to say to me is that they were absolutely a fantastic footballing side, and that's what made it doubly hard. Is that it would have been a tragedy anyway for any football team. I mean, it happened to that Brazilian team, didn't it? But they obviously do get remembered because of the tragedy, but they were also an amazing footballing side as well. We're off for the second half anyway. Mark Shearer was better than any United striker and is a legend, but didn't play for a great team, says Zayn Miasi. We're talking about Man United legends, Zayn. Zayn, you are so, sometimes you're not even in the same postcode, are you? You're not even on the same planet. You're just away sometimes. We're talking about United legends. What's that got to do with Alan Shearer? Nesta, Maldini, Baresi, Stam, Cafu, rate these Milan defenders, Mark, please. I appreciate you, Mark, getting us through these tough times, says Yazza. Maldini was the one for me. I mean, you've not put Costa Curta there as well. Costa Curta was bloody brilliant centre-back as well. Here's Foden in the box. Out wide. Man City looking like they're going to start the second half well. Headed away by Yerry Mina. That'll go for a corner. Maldini was my favourite centre-back. I'd put Maldini, if I was picking an all-time 11, for me, Maldini gets in there. He was just brilliant. Will Garner get in the team before Donny, says Andy Harris. You might get in the team before Donny, Andy. Put the kettle on. I need to clip that, Paul. I love that little clip. I didn't even realise that I reacted like that. Corner. Keeper, what are you doing? Cleared away. British says, do you listen to Taylor Swift? No. Dean Zambolia says, I've just got my braces off. How's the game going? Which braces? Those or those? Mark, you should fight in YouTubers versus TikTok, says Fowzen. I don't even know what it is. Can you just be famous for TikTok then? I don't do TikTok. I don't know what it is, but I know. Obviously, I know what YouTube is. We're on it. Mike Burke, Maldini could play at centre back. Maldini could probably play in goal. Hello, Alvin Blocks. Hope you're doing well. I prefer Vidic to Ferdinand, Saham. I know it's a bit of a controversial thing, but Vidic is one of my favourite players from United. Different people have different tastes. That's the way it is. Although, if I had to choose a partner for Harry Maguire, I would have to choose Rio because he would complement Maguire better than Vidic. In fact, I'd just get rid of Maguire and have Vidic and Rio back. I'd say Maldini was more of a left-back, as I remember in Marvin AM. He could definitely play centre-back, and he did play centre-back, but I think in his prime, he was a left-back. Lovely play here. Sterling up against Mina into the box. Past him he goes, but Yerry Mina's back. Jamie Carroll says, TikTok is an app. It's super cringy and people who use it are shameless. I don't know anything about it. It took me long enough to get on Instagram, to be fair. I do understand Instagram now, and I think Instagram is quite good. Follow me at Goldbridge Mark. I put a post up today of me and Sebi. But I don't think I've got time for TikTok to come into my life, really. It might be an age thing. It's going to go to penalties. No, I think City will do this. Despite being the best team in the country at the moment, I just can't watch Man City play. Good team, but bland club, says Joseph Tyrrell. Well, I'm glad somebody agrees with me, Joseph, because there's no doubt that the way Man City play football is, and I will say this, the way Pep gets his team to play is how hard Pep Guardiola works compared to a Sam Allardyce or even an Ollie. You know, the way we play at Man United doesn't take a hell of a lot of work because we play as a back six, we play side to side, and we don't create many chances. But the way Pep, especially when he plays with a false nine, technically that takes so much hard work because when you're playing with a false nine, you haven't got a number 9, which means somebody's got to take that false 9 position sometimes. And it's all about the way Pep coaches. It's like the press, the organisation. When the ball's here, you should be here. Very methodical coach. But to be honest with you, I don't actually like it. I find it a little bit bland. Here's Fernandinho into Sterling. Oh, he's overplayed it. They had a bit of a chance there, Man City, and the keeper's got hold of it. But no, it's nothing to do with Manchester City. I used to find Barcelona very, and actually I think Man City play better than Barcelona on the eye. But Pep's style of football, it's almost like they want to pass it in sometimes, isn't it? Big Josh says, your Instagram posts always make me smile. Cheers, pal. And binge watch 3rd season of F1 Drive to Survive. Highly recommend. So 6782 Anthony. I think I will watch that actually. Has anyone watched The Terror yet? Very, very good. Check it out on BBC iPlayer or probably other places as well. It's a shame there's not going to be seasons 3 and 4 of that, or second seasons of that with the same cast, because it's very good. I'd get rid of McFred before I get rid of Magaluf, Itok. Definitely. The Terror is tremendous, says J Pat. The Terror is class, says Patrick McKee. I don't know whether Ryan Slater's saying he likes TikTok or Tiki Taka. I think it's Tiki Taka. Said Jamie watched it yesterday. Very good. Good. Give it a watch. I'm jealous of anybody who's watching it. I said it last night on my Football Manager stream. I finished it last Tuesday, and then on Wednesday night it was on BBC Two because they're doing an episode every week, but you can watch them all on iPlayer if you want. And I flicked it on to BBC Two at about 10:30, and it was 20 minutes into episode 4, and I sat and watched it again, even though I'd watched it last week. I will watch the whole series again. I found it so atmospheric, and you know, it was just very consuming. You almost felt as if you're on the boat. I've not felt like that since Titanic. I've never watched The Pride, no. Teach United. What does it matter to you if a team captures the imagination of a person in England rather than watching Stoke, says Rad Baron. Look, if people don't understand what I'm talking about, I really don't care. I can only explain it to you so many times. I have met lots of Barcelona fans and lots of Real Madrid fans who are called John from Stoke and Daryl from Norwich, and they only pick Stoke and Real Madrid because they just want to support the best team. They're not. I don't even think they're. If you don't know who these people are and you've never come across them, then you're never going to understand it. But in my life, there just seems to be a lot of people who do it from England for Real Madrid and Barcelona, and they make out they love La Liga, and they've probably never been to bloody Spain, not even Mallorca, and they just do it because Messi plays for one and Ronaldo plays for another. Now, it might be different now, but because we're obviously talking sort of 10 years ago anyway. And and they've got their Messi kits and they've got their Ronaldo kits, and the only reason they've done it, and a lot of them do it when they're like 15, 16. They don't do it. It's not like they've had they're not like kids. They've chosen to support them when they're a little bit older. It's very different to what people are trying to say. Oh, well, you're from Nottingham and you support Manchester United. It's got nothing to do with that. And you might not have come across these sort of people, but I've met loads of them. So it's got nothing to do with what you're saying, Red Baron, because that's not my point I'm making. You just started Football Manager with Man United and I only have 36 million to spend on a CDM, a centre-back and a right winger. So much for me to buy quality players in them positions, says Salah Ahmed. Welcome to Manchester United and Football Manager. It's very realistic. Did you watch Drive to Survive series, says Monkeys? I watched the first season. I've not watched the second season yet. Hi Mark, my first time watching a football game was Barcelona in 2009. It was so unique, that's how I supported them since. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying all Barcelona fans and all Real Madrid fans are bad. I'm just saying, as I've said multiple times on this show for about the last 2 years, I know there's a lot of people in England who support Barcelona and Real Madrid for a very different reason to what some people support Barcelona and Real Madrid. Did you hear the Crown Prince of Malaysia is interested in Manchester United to buy the club, says Owen. Yeah, but I also heard that his value is 250 million and United will be for sale for 4 billion. So he's about 16 times too light, even if he gave his whole thing. I don't really like horror, Javier. I'm not really into horror. Jonathan Barron says, so why do you support United? I support United as my favourite colour is red, and when I was at school, United and Chelsea were the top team, so I just went with United and loved them since, says Jonathan Barron. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's the real reason, Jonathan. But the reason I support Manchester United is because it's what I was brought up on. My granddad just loved the Busby Babes and Duncan Edwards, and it was an obsession for him from the 50s. So yeah, that's where it started for me, really. And I just grew up watching these VHS videos of the Manchester United story and George Best, and when you're coming home from school and those things are on, or if that had been, it could have been Liverpool, it could have been Leeds, it could have been Man City. Well, it wouldn't have been Man City, would it? I don't think, did they exist in the late 80s? But yeah, that's just where it started for me. And Manchester United were not very good when I was a kid. Ooh, Richarlison just shoots wide. Half a chance there. Dan Stone, I have a mate that used to support United, and when they lost to Barcelona in the Champions League final, he changed to Barcelona. I've never had that happen to me. But so many people have told me these sort of stories that, they broke up for school holidays in the summer, and 6 weeks later when they came back, their mate who was a Liverpool fan came back as a Chelsea fan, or their mate that was a Chelsea fan came back as a City fan. I think that's a goal. Oh, what a save, Sterling. I thought he'd found the bottom corner from the cutback from Fernandinho, and it's a great save by the keeper. I think it was going. I mean, it wasn't a clean connection from Sterling, but the cutback's come towards him as he's ran onto it, level with the penalty spot. He's gone for the bottom corner. It's Fernandinho breaking again from the midfield, breaks into the box, cuts it back to Sterling. He should score. I don't know whether he gets a really good connection with it, and that's not a good corner. John from Stoke supports Barcelona because he likes yet Messi, yet doesn't know a lick about anything about the club that was before the Pep era, says Road to Dawn. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I mean, I'm older than a lot of people, but yeah, Sterling hits the ball into the ground, which gives the keeper the chance to make a very good save. If he hits it clean, it's 1-0. I don't remember much about Real Madrid when I was growing up, and football was very different for me when I was growing up. I would say I started watching football probably late 80s into the early 90s. Was a very different time compared to now. Even the Premier League in its formative years were not like now. We get so much football now. There's La Liga. You can watch basically anything. In the late 80s and 90s, the only time you got to know anything. I mean, I never heard of Ancelotti. Ancelotti was playing football when I was watching football, but I never knew who he was because Why would I? You know, Italian football didn't really come on the telly until sort of like, was it 92, 91, something like that, when Gaza was there. And it was highlights and one game a week. So, whereas nowadays, you know the whole Bayern Munich team, you know the whole AC Milan side, the Inter Milan side, you know it all, you lot. And I do to a certain extent, but football was very different back in those days. And I can't tell you who used to play for Real Madrid and Barcelona. I remember the '92 European Cup final. I remember watching that because it was at Wembley, and I think it was Barcelona against Sampdoria, and I know Koeman was playing for Barcelona, and I think they had Stoichkov then. But I wouldn't be able to tell you more than I wouldn't be able to tell you who played for Real Madrid in 1991. Got no idea. I don't know who won the league in '91 for La Liga. Yeah, so of course, a lot of people will support Barcelona and Real Madrid because of Messi and Ronaldo. Because before that, who played for them? And games like FIFA, like Bob says, games like FIFA help. Obviously, of course they do. Man City are going to score in a minute. They're getting. We've got half an hour to go in this game, but I think Man City are going to score soon. I'd rather see Mbappe in Man United's front three, John. I mean, Maradona must have been playing for Barcelona at some point around then. I mean, I think he was at. When did Maradona play for? Oh, I don't know. I know he played for Barcelona. Played for Napoli as well. I'll tell you what, I'd love Everton to score around now. Now would be a very good time for Everton to score. How can the United hierarchy not understand the power of Fernandinho versus McFred? So frustrating, says 678 Anthony. I know, such a different. Imagine if Fernandinho played for Manchester United. The contrast between our midfield pivot would be, we'd think we've got the world's best player. No, we've actually just got a proper CDM. AJ says, Mark, are you serious? Real Madrid and Barcelona, legendary clubs, best players in the world at every era. Mate, you're not listening to what I said, are you? You've literally not listened to anything I just said, have you? Like, I'm telling you, I don't really know who played for Real Madrid and Barcelona when I was growing up, because football was very different. Like, it wasn't... We had teletext, mate. We didn't even have the internet. It wasn't... We didn't have any sports channels. It was one game a week and match of the day. Like... So how would I know who played for Real Madrid or Barcelona? You just didn't have. That's what I'm trying to say. It was a very different world. I've moved on. I'm not talking about whether you should support them or not. I'm talking about what football was like when I grew up. I don't really know who played for Real Madrid or Barcelona. Of course, I knew who Real Madrid and Barcelona were, but I didn't know who their starting 11 was or anything like that, because football was just very different. It wasn't as accessible as it is now. People support Real Madrid because they are the most successful, and so they can look down on everyone, says Dean Blake. Good tackle. I can feel a City goal coming here. It's like they've gone up a gear. And of course, they've got subs to bring on. Thanks. Please subscribe, by the way. Let's see how close we are to... what are we on? 343,000 we're going for. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. We are 50 away from 343,000. And lo and behold, Mahrez comes on for Bernardo Silva. It must be lovely to be able to bring this quality of player off the bench. Would I take Højbjerg at United, Alvin Blocks? Oh, yeah. I mean, I would take Jorginho from Chelsea. I'm not... I mean, I want a good CDM. But as an experiment, I'd take Alan from Everton. I'd love to just see the difference that it would make to Manchester United to actually have somebody who can play centre defensive midfield. Doesn't need to be the best centre defensive midfielder in the world. Just somebody who can sit in front of the back four, shield it, position themselves intelligently, pick up runners, get the ball off the back four, and conduct the game. Do you rate Benzema, says Rahul? Yeah, I think he's... I think it's a shame that Benzema never came to the Premier League. He used to get linked to United and Arsenal quite a lot. I mean, that's how long he's been playing. You can't fault him for never leaving Real Madrid. It's not a bad place to play, is it? But I think Ronaldo said it best. Benzema did so much work to help him out, in relation to the goals that Ronaldo got because of the movement. He's a proper number 9. And I think people sometimes think number 9 is just about goal records. And scoring goals for a number 9 is important. But in the modern game, being a number 9 it's a lot of work. It's hold-up play. It's running the lines. It's a thankless task at times, but it definitely is for United. In the States, Barca and Real fans are quiet while they lose and only show support when they win against smaller sides, says Daniel Smith. They'll both be back. Real Madrid and Barcelona will both be back. I mean, for most of my... for most of the last 20 years, Real Madrid and Barcelona, every season you'd say one of them are going to win the Champions League. It's not always happened, but they're a long way where they need to be, but they will get back 100%. The way those clubs are run and the way their fans are, I'll give them a lot of respect for that, because they won't accept it, and it might take a bit of time, but they won't accept it. Ooh, Foden off his left foot, would have been a cracking goal. Hi Mark, should we let Martial go this summer, says Manish? Not unless we're going to get a player for it or the right money. You don't let him go on the cheap. Then again, Foden's got so much room here. I wonder if the keeper's got this covered. It's a good hit. Oh, tell you what, I think the keeper's got it covered. Yeah, keeper's took his hand away. He's got that, so that's good goalkeeping. That he's actually got his angles right. That he's took his hand away, but it's a good hit by Foden. Everton not really looking likely to score here. It could have a 0-0. How do you rate West Ham, says Mixed? Well, I'd ask everybody about that. Do you rate West Ham? Because I think West Ham do a lot of good things when I don't watch them. But when they play big teams, I've seen them play United twice and they've parked the bus. I've seen them play Liverpool and they've parked the bus. And granted, Lingard obviously hasn't played in either of those United games, but seems to me like West Ham go for it against teams outside the top 4, but I think that they've had a fantastic season, West Ham. But I do think, especially United last week, he should have had a go at us. I think we were a bit vulnerable and he sat back, and I think that helped us because we've had a really busy season. They had a whole week off, so but you can't be critical of where they are. I know West Ham fans who thought they were going to get relegated this year. Gomez, half a chance outside the box. Yeah, Raj Karan says they should have gone for it more. But having said that, we're being hypercritical saying that because they've had a fantastic season, as no one can deny. I hope they beat Arsenal tomorrow. Actually, I don't. I hope it's a draw. What am I talking about? Will you twerk for my girlfriend? Her name is Chelsea. I know you like twerking for Chelsea, says Deckers Ricey. Oh, hilarious. Would you take Delaney from... I'm not doing Spurs versus Villa, no. Man United are kicking off at... What time are United kicking off tomorrow? Yeah, United are kicking off at 5 and Arsenal, West Ham are at 3. So I can't do West Ham or Arsenal because it's right before Manchester United. And I can't do Villa and Spurs because I'll be doing my match reaction, so... I can't do either of those. I normally probably would have done. Here's Richarlison. Bit of space to run into towards the box. Got 3 players on him now. He wants a handball. Not going to get given. Yeah, it probably was a handball, but they never, ever get given. that's not a penalty for me. Mark, at the start of 2021, Barcelona and Real Madrid have been better than Atletico Madrid. Don't be surprised if either have won the league, says Marketing James. I wouldn't be surprised if Juventus did it in Serie A as well. I know Inter probably will win the league, but, you know, these teams... How much do you think we can get for Martial next club ceiling, says Robert McCormack? I don't think anybody would want to pay any more than 50 million for Martial, but to be honest with you, I think that would be dangerous, Robert, for Manchester United to take 50 million for Martial, because a year ago he was our Player of the Year and he was only 24. So I think that would be a dangerous thing for Manchester United to take. But I don't think anybody would want to pay any more than 50 million for him at the moment. Therefore, I don't think we should be looking to take him. Bob said it should have been a penalty. I don't understand the handball rule anymore. That's why I just say it's not a penalty, because I've seen so many handballs over the last few weeks that I would have thought were a handball, and now I just assume it's not. You know. "20 minutes to go. I think it goes to extra time and then it goes to penalties. As I recall. Yeah, I don't think it was a penalty anyway. I think it was his hands. He wouldn't. Yeah, I'd have been a bit pissed off if that got given against United, to be fair. You think Celtic and Rangers will be top four in the Prem, and some of after some TV money seasons can sell out 60,000 against teams like Hamilton, says UFC Bible. I mean, look, Celtic and Rangers in the Premier League has been mentioned for about 30 years. It's nothing new. I don't think it'll ever happen. But I think if Celtic and Rangers did come to the Premier League, they would naturally end up in the top 8 very quickly. I mean, it's hard to say they get top 6 because who are you going to kick out? Like, top 6, our traditional top 6 is Man United, Man City now, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs, and they're always going to be big clubs. But yeah, Rangers and Celtic, with the support they've got, would in the Premier League after a few years get a lot more money and therefore attract better players. Having said that, Newcastle have got massive support and they're not there, are they? So it's not just about having a massive support. How are we feeling for tomorrow's game against Leicester, says Red Harlow? I think we'll do it. I think the way the week's gone for United, West Ham 1-0, Milan 1-0, I think we will do it. And I think it'll be 1-0 again. I don't think we'll play with a back 6 and maybe Pogba will get something, or Bruno. I'm not doing any watch-alongs tomorrow apart from Man United Leicester on the United stand. There's a few I would like to do, but I'm not going to. I don't think he'll start Donny Liam. I think he'll pick the same team as that. The last 2 games, yeah. Pogba, I don't think will start. I'd love Pogba to start in the midfield pivot, and I think we'd see a different United. What do we think is going to happen in this game? The thing I predicted all through. I mean, I did say 3-1 City. It's not been that game at all, but I've seen City do this so many times this season where they'll keep a clean sheet, they'll get a goal, and that'll be that. Good running by Calvert-Lewin here against Diaz. He's done well, and Diaz does very well to win the tackle against him. Croissant Power says, I don't want either to win. Gerard says, sit down, you're delusional. Martial for 50 million euros would be way too much. Yeah, at the moment, you're probably right. But what I'm telling you is, a year ago, he was probably worth 70 million, maybe even 80 million. And now he's probably worth 40. So United would be foolish to sell him for such a ridiculously cheap price. Because he's a potential bargain for somebody. And I know loads of Liverpool and United fans, Liverpool and Arsenal fans over the years who've said they'd love to take Martial. So there's a very good player there. Talha says, I've got a feeling Everton are going to win. We'll share that feeling with them. Everton on penalties, says Hans. Stray says, I'm a wee bit drunk, but have there been any subs? Well, Mahrez has definitely come on for Manchester City. I don't know whether... I don't think Everton have made any subs. No, Everton haven't made any subs. It's just City for Mahrez. Lovely tackle there. Everton really haven't got any subs. Oh, it's a lovely ball into Digne, but Carl Walker cuts it out. I haven't had my tea yet, Raku. Gonna have it after this. International break sucks, says D1. It does actually. You're right. Look at that. Strength, Goldbridge. Look at that. It does. But I think there'll be a lot of transfer news in the transfer window. Obviously. I think there'll be a lot of transfer news in the international break because it's the last international break before the transfer window opens. And players, as we know with United players, tend to be more loose-lipped on international duty. So I think journalists will be wise to the fact... Lovely running by Sterling there. He's not going to get a foul, though. Hello, Mark. Would you consider doing a podcast with fellow YouTubers discussing non-football related topics when lockdown ends? Would be fun, says Dexter Austin. I'm happy to go on podcasts, but I'm not going to set myself up with one. I've got enough on my plate. Mark, would you take Ancelotti at United? I think he'd be good for us, says Baz. I would love Ancelotti to have been Manchester United's manager after Sir Alex Ferguson retired. I think that would have been the perfect timing, to be honest. This is the second half, yes, and we've got about 10 minutes to go. Feed your mind on everything you see when you're lonely. As much as I would love Everton to win this, I feel we're just waiting for the inevitable Man City 1-0 win. I do. I really do. Have you watched Bodyguard? What, with Kevin Costner? Look at this, De Bruyne. They're bringing De Bruyne on now. It's like... How can they not win this game? They're just... De Bruyne for Sterling and Mahrez for Silva. It's all right for some, innit? It's all right for some. It's so funny why we don't talk anymore. Do you genuinely think that Manchester City are going to win the treble? I've genuinely said for quite a while that they are a threat for winning the treble. I do think that they can be beaten, as Manchester United did a couple of weeks ago, but someone's going to have to beat them in the Cups because they've already won the league. And it's just all City at the moment. 10 minutes to go. And it's in the box. I mean, Everton are just really out of ideas. They're just really parking the bus, Everton, and trying to hit on the brake. But I just feel it's a matter of time. I mean, are Everton playing for penalties? I mean, I don't think Man City are going to be dodgy at penalties. It's so funny. Mark, would you take Ancelotti? I've done that one. Thank you very much. Big up Everton for the shift, says Theoxon. Yeah, they've been very well organised. You've got to give them credit for that. There's not... I mean, realistically, the Sterling chance is probably the only real big chance in the whole game. There's been a couple of half chances, but nothing major. There's De Bruyne into Foden. He shoots. Keeper keeps hold of it. Keeper's done well. Tell you what, keeper's done well for them today. Eight to go. Will we get a late winner? I'd love it. I'd love Everton to get the late winner, but to get a late winner, you've got to actually get near the Man City goal, haven't you? And they've not been able to do it so far. Got nearly 10,000 watching. Please subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. We were about 50 away from 343,000. You're very welcome for tuning in. It goes to extra time, yes. It will go to extra time. And then I think it should go straight to penalties, really. There's a goal for Manchester City. There it is. Gundogan. I told you it was going to come. Gundogan. There it is. Inevitable. Absolutely inevitable. It's a deserved goal as well. Hit the bar. Bounces back to Gundogan, who just heads it into the empty net. Everton have offered absolutely nothing in this game. I don't want Manchester City to win. Everybody knows I don't want Manchester City to win. But I have been saying for most of this game that it's inevitably going to end at some point. And it could have been extra time. But Manchester City are the only team trying to do anything. Like Everton have literally just parked the bus for 90 minutes and tried to hoof long throw-ins and corners into the box. It's disappointing. It's disappointing. It must be disappointing from an Everton point of view because they've got better players than this, but they look bereft of confidence in their attack at the moment, Everton. Oh, change the score. Yeah, I did hope that Everton could do something, but if teams don't turn up to do something, then nothing will happen. And you've got to give credit to City. I'm not a bitter person. I don't want them to win the treble. I'm probably obsessed with them not winning the treble, but I can't come out of a game like this and say, oh God, I can't believe it, bloody hell, because I've just watched the last 85 minutes with you good people, and there's only one team looking to win this. And to be fair to City, they haven't really had many chances, but they have been the team on the ball, probing, waiting for something to happen. And Everton have been a very hard watch. There's another long ball. Decent bench at City today, more than most first 11, says Harold Holsford. Mate, yeah, I mean, look, I'll defend Everton on that. They're bringing Iwobi on, and Man City have brought De Bruyne and Mahrez on. Man City's first team tonight, the team that Pep picked tonight, is better than everybody's team in the Premier League, and his bench could play and be better than everyone's Premier League. I've not seen 20 players like that in a very long time. It's just unbelievable. Decent. Also, Mark, would you take? And so I've done that one as well. Well, they've got about 5 minutes here, City, Everton, to try and get something out of it. But I've said this before. I think City fans think that you're being salty to say this, but here's Calvert-Lewin. Oh, blocked. I think City fans think you're being salty when you say this. It's not salty. It's a fact. I'd love Man United to have this. They've got an 11 that is better than most teams, and then they've got 10 subs that are better than most teams. In a season that we're playing at the moment, where we're into March, and every club has basically been playing 3 games a week since September, to have basically 2 first teams, you are going to be the best team in that league. Like, they're the best team in the league anyway. Their 11 is the best team in the league, but they've also got another 11 that is better than everybody else's. And in a season like this, where you can rotate like that, it's just unbelievable, the squad that Pep Guardiola has got at Manchester City. I mean, look at their bench today. Well, no, let's go through their starting lineup, in fact. Their starting lineup today is Stefan, Walker, Diaz, Laporte, Zinchenko. Then they've got Silva, Fernandinho, Gundogan, Foden, Jesus, Sterling. Very, very good 11. Then their bench is Stones, Aguero, Rodri, De Bruyne, Torres, Mendy, Mahrez, Cancelo, Ederson. I mean, I've just named a brilliant first 11, and then I've just named 10 fantastic substitutes. It's squad depth that nobody can deal with at the moment. Absolutely nobody can deal with that. And has it crept up on us? Have we not? How did we not see this at the start of the season? A lot of people did. To be fair, I didn't. I thought Liverpool would win the league, but a lot of people went with Man City, and I didn't. I didn't see it. I didn't see it at all. I didn't see the squad depth that they had. And here we go. This is 2. De Bruyne. What a goal. 2-0. Elite finish by De Bruyne. Just took it so well. It's game over. I think it might go back for a foul on Yerry Mina, actually. Looked like a bit of a... well, no, Mahrez didn't leave his foot in. At least we are the best among the real teams that aren't sports washing vanity projects for oil barons, says Hackendale. And we rotate. That makes our players fit. If you don't rotate, it's not our fault. You've got Van der Beek, 40 million, and you never use him. Centurion, 100 points. Look, I'll sit here and say you've deserved to win tonight, and I can't argue with that. But you can't sit there and compare your squad to anybody else's. You can't sit there and say we rotate our players, that's why we're top. Mate, look at your 10 subs tonight and look at your starting lineup. I don't care whether we've got Donny van der Beek and Neymar. We haven't got that level of quality on our bench. You've got 10 people on your bench today that if you found another one, they'd beat everybody in the league. And your first team would beat everybody in the league. I can't believe how much quality you've got in your team. There's rotation and there's having 2 teams that are basically good enough to win the league. And that's what you've got. Your bench is ridiculous. Manchester United can't rotate like that. Liverpool can't rotate like that. Chelsea aren't far off, but I think that's what you've got to do these days. I think I saw this in the Champions League final last year. I looked at the benches of PSG and Bayern Munich and I was like, oh my Christ. The quality they've got on their benches, that's unreal. We don't really get that in the Premier League. But this year, Manchester... And I wonder if Pep spotted that a couple of years ago. He was like, I basically need 2 amazing teams. Because that's what he's got. He's got 2 amazing teams. And maybe that's the evolution of football, because I think what's happened over the last 15 years is teams like Everton and Leicester, they've now got first 11s that can give anybody a game. And maybe 15 years ago, teams like Everton and Leicester didn't have first 11s like that. They had, every now and again they'd got a good result, but, Man United roll into town and they beat you. I think the evolution of football now, as we've seen with Bayern and PSG and now Man City, is you've actually got to have not only a very good first 11, you've got to have an amazing bench as well. And Man City are definitely the first team in the Premier League that have got that elite second team, that Bayern Munich PSG bench, and it's massively benefited them. And fair play for Pep for realising it. Of course, you've got to have the money to do it as well. But yeah, it's unbelievable. I said this a few weeks ago though. This is not new to me. I can take it. It is what it is. I said it again when they played West Ham. They did exactly the same thing against West Ham. West Ham were a team that were, 5th in the league, came up to the Etihad, played quite well, but Man City's bench was ridiculous. Here's Mahrez. And Fernandinho shoots wide. Oh, it's 2-0, sorry, yeah. I was waiting to see if it was going to get changed. But no, in fairness, well done to Manchester City. They fully deserved to win today. They've been the team that tried to win the game. I think Ancelotti had a plan and it didn't work. So, it is what it is. Quite a dull, unadventurous approach by Everton. And I felt that even if Everton had got a goal, would they have had enough to hold on to a clean sheet? And I don't think they were ever going to do that. So I don't really know what Ancelotti's plan was, but they're in a bit of a bad state at the moment, aren't they, Everton? So fair play to Manchester City. They have deserved to win it. You can't look at it any other way. I tell you what I do like about the live comments though is that we've been chatting away for about 80 minutes. I've not seen one City fan, and then suddenly there's about 100 in the live comments, and it's like, well, you haven't even got 100 fans. So I think what's happened is we've had a few people tonight that are Chelsea fans who've literally just changed their shirts again because there's not been any Man City fans in here, because there aren't many Man City fans. But you bought Maguire for 80 million, you could get 2 good defenders. You bought Pogba for 80 million, you could get 4 Gundogan's with that money. So Centurion 100 points. Mate, don't get into an argument with me about Manchester City spending money. Your money comes from a pipe from wherever your owners live. And you turned it on and oil appears everywhere. And that's where your money comes from. Manchester United's money comes from Manchester United fans. It comes from all the fans we've got. It comes from all the revenue we've generated because we're a big, big club. Yours comes from an oil tap. So, yeah, you've spent it very well. Your structure is better than Manchester United's. Your ownership, your negotiations, your coaching, your training, your infrastructure is way better than Manchester United's. But don't pretend that you didn't win the lottery, because you did. That's what happened. You won the lottery. That's what happened. Well done. Enjoy it. But don't pretend that your money is more credible than our money, because our money comes from our fans that we've generated over years and years and years. Your money comes from an oil tap, and that's the truth, isn't it? You've spent it very, very well. You've got a very, very good team, and yeah, I wish we did. And Manchester United's board and negotiating is a joke, but yeah, let's not pretend that you could. I could be watching Everton, I could be watching Aston Villa, I could be watching Newcastle, because basically the owners of Man City flicked a coin and went, "You're the winner today." And that's what happened. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow on this channel, but we are doing Manchester United versus Leicester tomorrow. Man United need to win that, because if anyone's going to stop Man City, I think it can only be United or Chelsea. So United need to win tomorrow. Thanks for watching. 8:15 on the United stand if you want to join me for that. And I'll speak to you all in a bit. Thanks for watching.